family needs the other computer. Saluton. Parolas Tomaso. Yeah, hi everybody. We're here for the live stream again. We do this every week now, 1 o'clock Eastern time for some Esperanto practice. And I'm having a few technical glitches here. I just want to make sure we are rolling because I have a guest today that will be Criso from Everyday Esperanto. All right, so this is live. It says I've got 6 people watching. All right, so we are in business. All right, so this is the Esperanto Variety Show. We have new videos every Thursday. And then during the week, we do occasional live streams. This is the one for Esperanto. The other day, I accidentally clicked on this theater mode thing, and that let me see the chat without all that distracting stuff. Saluton Tomaso, ancora estas neniu tie ĉi krom Holly, bone, eblas. Yes, Ij kai Ig. Is there, that's a good question. Is there a Duolingo unit on that? Yeah, so anyway, I'd like to introduce a guest today. It's Criso. Criso, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, saluton. Kiel vi fartas?
Mi fartas bone.
Bone. Yes, tio estas nova afero, kion ni provas. Ni provas do havi gaston por iomete diskuti la diversajn aferojn, tiel vi povos, tiel la spektantoj povas aŭdi pli ol unu voĉon. Eble ni povos konversacii en Esperanto. Hoping, Chris, you can help me keep an eye on the chat while we're doing other things.
Sounds good.
All right.
Ĉu ni faros Esperanton aŭ la angla?
Yes, tio estas alia afero, ĉar mi vere ne bone konas vin. Do mi ĝojas ke vi efektive parolas Esperanton, do ni povas fari ambaŭ.
Okay.
Mi pensas ke se vi parolas Esperanton kaj volas iomete praktiki, tio estas tute en ordo.
Okay.
Mi supozas ke ni ŝanĝos de tempo al tempo. Bone. Yes, fakte mi volas komenci per kelkaj aliaj aferoj kaj eble ni ja transiro al la angla por fari tion. I opened up some tabs here because in one of the earlier streams, I wanted to show people how I found new questions. And I found that I'm thinking what is more interesting is how do we respond to questions? So these are notifications that I get in email of old threads. So I just pulled up a few ahead of time so we can talk about them. Okay. And so here's somebody named Sergi is asking this question. Stupid question. Why using citiu but not citio? All right, so here's the sentence it's being asked about. This is the first day. Citiu estas la unua tago. So, Chris, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know why we say citiu estas la unua tago and not citio?
I don't know. This is a good question. This confuses me.
All right. Yeah, so I think in this particular, and I have not, I didn't even look at the question until I went, so this is off the top of my head. But I think when we're talking about, when we say this is something, there are 2 ways we can look at it. One is we're talking about some particular thing, right? So this day is the first day. Or we could say sort of this in general is the first day. And I think it depends on, I would say it depends on context which we use. So if we are implying that this day is the first day, if that's something, right? So which day is it? Right, so I'm asking the question, which day is it? The answer would be tiu. But if I were to say, what is this? Well, this is the first day.
Okay. Yeah, without context here, it does make that, but I understand what you're referring to. Okay.
Yep.
It specifies a certain day. Okay.
Yep. And I think it's a little easier to see with other examples. I think with days, it's pretty clear that we're talking about days. But if I were to say, let's see, what's the sentence again? This is the first day. If I were to say, this is the first book, Now that's a different one. Like, what's in the box? Oh, I know what this is. This is the first book, right?
Okay. Okay.
Or which book is this? Well, this is the first book. So that would determine whether we're saying what or which.
Okay. Okay. And so this particular sentence with the first day could have a dual meaning, and depending on the context of the conversation, it could change. Okay.
I think so. Yeah. So here's another question that came up, again, random. And here, so down at the bottom, it says, "This is what I have typed as an answer. Ĉu estas tomato frukto aŭ legomo?" And he wants to know, or he or she wants to know, why tomato has to come before estas. So here's the sentence that's being replied to. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? Ĉu tomato estas frukto aŭ legomo? So what's your thought on that question? Why?
Okay, so
does tomato have to come first, and if so, why?
Whether or not tomato is a fruit or a vegetable.
Yeah.
I think within an Esperanto understanding, that makes sense to me. Because in Esperanto, we don't have to put the verb first to indicate whether or not it's a yes or no question. So that one makes sense to me.
All right. Yeah. So I like how you put that. You said you don't have to put esta. You don't have to put the verb first to make it sound like to make it a question.
This is sometimes some of the myself. I'm a language learner, and this is sometimes a bit of a struggle for people, because it's actually almost a different way of thinking when you're in Esperanto with this particular sentence.
Yep. Yeah. So tomato estas frukto. Yeah, the way I explain it is you start with a sentence like tomato estas frukto aŭ legomo. That would be a statement. A tomato is a fruit or a vegetable, and then you add ĉu in front of it to make it a question.
Yeah, it's actually a simpler way of looking at it, to be honest.
Yep. Yeah. So what's interesting though is if people go through translating, it's just jumping right into Duolingo, just translating these. It's easy to think, well, ĉu must mean is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, by coincidence, I actually have this. Where did I put it? By coincidence, I actually pulled up. There's another question I want to look at in a bit, and actually the answer to the question we just talked about is actually in this other question. So I'm going to, I'll have people on here.
There's something in the chat, and you'd asked me to keep an eye on the chat. And CJ Lingle is saying, "Ĉi tiu is a demonstrative, and ĉi tio is an objective alone, right? Or an object alone, right?"
All right, let me pop over to the chat and take a look. How do I do that? Here we go. CJ, buon tagon. Ĉi tio is a demonstrative, and ĉi tio is an object alone. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, tio ends in an O, and it's not exactly a noun, but it's like a noun, so it can represent a thing. And ĉi tiu is demonstrative. I tend not to use those terms, but yeah, I think that's about right. Ĉi tiu tiu would be an answer to which or who. I'm not sure there's something like a ĉi tio at all, because chi refers to a specific thing. Yeah, so the chi is a separate thing. So chi by itself would be, chi would show that whatever it is we're talking about is closer to the speaker. So tio would be, if there's more than one thing, you would say tio would be that, and chi tio would be this.
If I could bring up a point, tio in Esperanto is both this and that, correct?
Tio is well, so in the Duolingo course, I think it makes sense to always translate this with chi in it and that without it, because you're being graded by a computer.
Okay.
But in the wild, I think in the wild it's not as important, right? Because if I were to hold up a book and I said tio estas, this is a book or that is a book. Now that's a book, right? You wouldn't say, wait a second, you said this instead of that. You wouldn't even notice whether I said this or that in English.
Yes.
And it's the same thing in Esperanto. The chi doesn't add anything when there's only one thing involved. All right. So I'm going to answer this question right here. Tomato estas frukto. Ĉu tomato estas frukto? I'm going to add this legomo on there.
I think you forgot a T.
What did I do?
Yeah, tomato estas fruko. Fruto.
Whoops. Thank you. Statement. Question. There's no need to change the word order. All right, let's take a break from this and come back. So let's see. The request was to see if we can do eg and eej. Is there really an eg and an eej unit in here? I don't think it's listed that way. Yeah, I don't think it's. I'm trying to affixes. I wonder if it'd be under affix. Yeah, off the top of my head, I'm not sure which is eg and which is eej.
I don't know either.
Yep. So, here it is. Verbs eg and eej. All right, here we go. Look at that. I was just about to give up. All right, let's take a look at the tips and notes. Always a good idea. Eg and eej. All right. So again, especially if you're using the mobile version, it makes sense to come here online and check the tips and notes. Yeah. So the way eg and eej affect a word, it depends on what kind of word it is. So if we start with like the colors here, like ruja means red. So rujigi means to make something red. Rujiji means to become red. Same thing with bella. Beligi means to make something beautiful. Beligi means to become beautiful. Years ago, somebody said, "Well, you think of this, the mnemonic: make a pig become sausage." Right. So ig, pig, become. That means make. You make a pig, and become sausage. I think the dog likes the sausage. All right.
Then I always had heard that ig and eej, one was intransitive and one was transitive. Is that a fair way of calling them?
Yeah. So yeah, ig is generally transitive and eej is intransitive. I'll tell you what, let's jump right in here and do some exercises and see what comes up. All right. Li devas memorigi min pri tio. So Kriso, yeah, so memori means to remember. So memorigi means to remind. Li devas memorigi min pri tio.
This one's pretty straightforward. The other two are obviously not it, but yeah, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yep. And I just realized I didn't turn I got another technical thing. I was messing around with trying to figure out how to get you on the call today that I didn't have time to think about the things I normally think about ahead of time. And I want to make sure my speaker is on. Hang on one second. All right, so now I have my speaker back on instead of my headphones, so maybe we'll hear the happy Duolingo sounds. Kiam vi manĝigos la bebon? All right. Kriso, kion vi pensas pri tio? Kiel ni diru tion en la angla?
Okay.
That's no good. Hang on, I got to turn my speaker off.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
All right. So all these things I didn't think about. All right, go back to my headphones. This is like those old talk radio shows where you, sir, please turn your radio down.
Yeah, long time viewer, first time caller. Okay, so Kiam, and since it's the beginning of a sentence, when it has a capital on it, so that would go there. V, of course, means you.
Yeah.
Manjigos. Well, we can break that down. That's the future tense, and that's to eat in the future. And E, so that would to cause something to be eaten in the future. So that would be feeding.
Yeah.
When you feed, or when the baby. So let's see here. When you will feed the baby. So when will you feed the baby?
Yeah. When will you feed the baby? Yep.
And this is one of those things again where word order can be a little bit confusing for newer people, because in English we have to bounce that verb in front of the pronoun, which can be kind of confusing for questions. But in Esperanto, I think it's a little bit more clean, or a little bit more understandable.
All right. Yep. Yeah. Kiam vi manĝigos la bebon? The manji means to eat. And actually, this, I want to tie this back to what you were asking before. I think I may have hesitated when you said, is it transitive and intransitive? In fact, manji is considered a transitive verb because you can eat something, right?
Correct.
But when you add, you can still add ig to a transitive verb, and that changes who is doing what. So manji means to eat something, and manjigi means to cause someone to eat something. So in this case, feed.
Yeah, another YouTuber, Evil Dia, an Esperanto YouTuber, I think he has a video on this, and he explains some of these things.
Yep. All right, I'm going to read this out, and I'll see if I can do this one. Ne faligu tiun glason da vino sur mian blancan sofon. All right, so this is, again, just to tie it into the theme today of ig and ij, the verb is faligi, which comes from fali, which means to fall. So faligi means to cause to fall, or in this case, drop. So ne faligu tiun glason da vino sur mian blancan sofon. Don't drop that glass of wine onto my white sofa. Onto my white sofa. And it's onto because there's the N showing motion. All right.
If I could say one thing, this is the fun, but also the frustration with Esperanto sometimes, because you get a word like faligu, and you know you're trying to rack your brain because you're thinking in English, like to cause the fall, and you may not be able to come up with the word drop, but when you realize that's what it means, it's like, oh, that was so obvious. And that's the fun and the frustration sometimes of Esperanto, is because of how the words are constructed. You kind of have to step out of your English mindset sometimes. Yep.
All right, let's try another one here. Let's see. Can you enlarge my clothes? Yeah, that's a funny. Okay,
if you don't mind, let me try this one.
Please.
So obviously, if it's a yes or no question, we have to start with Jew, and it has a capital, so it makes it obvious. And so U is a V, and we know that well, in this case, I happen to know this one. Grand means big, and to cause is edi. So grandigi would be the verb, but there has to be a can in there. So we have to Juvy povas, which means present tense can, and then grandigi. Yeah, that's making you laugh, eh?
I'm still laughing.
And then because it's plural and because it's the object of the sentence, we need miain, vestajoin.
All right. Yep. Exactly. Yep. And yeah. People say, I'm very curious. Just had a grin. Yeah. Oh, actually, only 2 people discussed this. That's interesting.
And enlarge, are they meaning like, can you like take out my clothing?
I think so. Yeah, that's sort of what. All right, let's try. All right, let's try. Let me do the next one here. All right. We raised our children. Oh yes. So actually, this reminds me of. So yeah, I teach on italki. In fact, let me go into my quick italki pitch here. I teach on italki, and the italki has a referral system. So if you don't have an ID on italki, you can sign up for free. And use some of the free areas there. If you have one, you can keep use anyway. I'm talking to the audience in general. But if you'd like to sign up, and you can use my referral link, which I can maybe add to the description later, I didn't put it out there yet. The new user and I will get some bonus credits for using the referral link. Anyway, so this is the system that I use to so students can find me and we can do lessons together. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh, raised our children. That's what it was. Yeah. So it was kind of a when you're speaking another language, it's common. It's it kind of be expected. You're gonna embarrass yourself. You're gonna say something that's unintentionally funny. And I've certainly had my share of those. But one recent one was one of my students has a large number of reptiles, especially snakes. And he says he wanted to say that we raise mice, and he used the word levigas, which means you physically cause them to rise up, right? And that's not the word we're looking for here when we talk about raising our children. So it's not levigi, it's kreskigi, ni kreskigis. So kreski means to grow. In fact, I think in his case, I said he should use the word bredi, which means to breed. But anyway, kreskigi, not a bad word. We cause to grow. Ni kreskigis niain infanoin en Australio. Kreskigis niain infanoin en Australio. All right, dink.
Sometimes when eg or eg is added, sometimes a word that comes out of it, like kreski gi, seems like a bit of a stretch for me, whereas faligi seems like less of a stretch, if you know what I mean.
That's funny because I had the opposite. I have the opposite reaction. To me, kreskigi seems entirely natural, and every time I say faligi, I always feel a little conspicuous.
That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Because if I drop something, am I causing it to fall, or am I allowing it to fall? Right? It's just sort of metaphysical question here. Okay. But yeah, no, faligi is definitely the common word for fall, and I've gotten over that that feeling of feeling conspicuous. Criso, do you want to take a crack at this one?
I would love to. So remove everything. It sounds like it's someone telling somebody to do something, and fori gu is the only word with a capital, so that's got to go there. And chion means everything, and it's got to have a end for the objective ending.
Yep. Okay. Fori gu chion. Cause everything to be away. All right, easy enough. She igas min freneza. This is literally, she makes me crazy. I would say she frenezigas min, but she igas min freneza is perfectly fine. All right. Question? Comment?
Yeah, and it just has to do with, in Esperanto, even the suffixes and the affixes can become words and in their own, and it always confused me. And maybe there might be an example coming up, but when to become is and help me, I always forget because it's not ijas or eg. It's
farijas.
Yeah, and then to cause is just igas or igi, and that always confused me. Is there a reason why forigi has to be for become, and you just can't say eg? Is it common for people just to use the word eg?
I would say it's not uncommon. My preference is for farigi.
Why is that?
I think just usage. It's that's just what I'm used to hearing.
Is it clearer for you? Does that make more sense for you?
I think so. Yeah. There's not. I mean, it's been part of the language for a long time. But I don't. There's not a big. I wouldn't say that eg is ever wrong. And there's the other thing. The other thing that I see from time to time is people will say, well, there's a difference in meaning between eg and farigi. But I would not say that's the case. I'd say they're 100% synonyms. And even with igi, you could say, like, you could use the word causi if you wanted to. Li causas que tio okazas. He causes that to happen.
And I'm just looking at the chat for you, and Holly's written, "Oh, about the one about the baby and when will you feed the baby?" And she or whoever they thought it read "Kiam vi manjos la bebon."
Yes. Ona patro neniam manĝas bebon. Bone, do. Yes, do kion vi pensas pri tio? Again, this is a new thing for me, having a guest on the show. Do efektive do eble ni iomete parolu Esperanton, ĉar tio estas alia afero. Kaj mi vere ne konas vin. Mi kredas memori ke fakte ĉu mi bone memoras ke vi estas en Kanado?
Yes.
Bone.
Yes.
En kiu urbo? Ĉu mi rajtas demandi en kiu urbo?
Yes. Mi vivas en Vinzaro, Ontario.
En kiu urbo? Oh, Ontario?
Yeah. Vinzaro or Windsor.
Oh, yes, do fakte mi ne konas ĝin.
Ĝi estas preskaŭ de Detroito.
Bone. Yes, do mi konas do Kingston, Toronto kaj Ottawa. Estas la tri lokoj kiujn mi konas en Ontario.
Yes. Mi estas mi estas preskaŭ de Detroito. So en Vinzaro mi diras ke mi estas usonano.
Usonano.
Yes, ĉar mi estas so close to the United States.
Bone. Yes, do fakte do mi pensas do kiam vi parolas pri tio memorigas min ke ni havas amikojn en Dunville, Ontario. Kaj do mi kaj ili estas esperantistoj kaj dum jaroj ni iris kelkfoje en jaro por viziti ilin. Kaj unufoje ni veturis de Rochestro tra Ontario. Kaj ni haltis en Dunville kaj plu iris al Detroito por aĉeti biciklon. Kaj tiam ni revenis, kaj tio estis granda aventuro.
Se vi volas visitas min ĉi tie, hey, come visit.
Bone, dankon. All right, so why don't you take a crack at this next exercise?
Okay, bone. He wants to grow plants in the garden. So he is Lee, and it starts with the capital, so that makes it really easy. Wants, so voli or volas, to grow. So we know that to grow is so we know. Okay, now is about the plant getting bigger, or is it about it growing up? So in this case, this makes a little bit of a challenge here.
Right.
I would figure that he wants to make the plants bigger. So my inclination would be to say grandigi, but because the plants are actually growing up, it's kind of like raising them. So I'm going to go against my instinct and say it's castigi.
I'll buy that. Yeah.
Okay. And plantoin is plural for plants.
Yeah.
And la ĝardenon or ĝardeno.
Yeah, ĝardeno, right? There's no motion into the garden.
Yeah.
Li volas kreskigi plantojn en la ĝardeno. He wants to grow plants in the garden. Ding, ding. All right, that's good. Yep. Yeah, and that's the same word. Kreskigi means to cause to grow, right? So he wants to cause plants to grow in the garden. It's the same word we used in the other one.
But grandigi is similar to that, and it's to actually make bigger, and I can see how people might think that's the right one.
Yeah. All right. Who dropped the apple? All right. Kiu faligis. All right. There we go. Kiu faligis pomon sur la teron. Kiu faligis pomon sur la teron. Who dropped an apple onto the ground? I'm just going to leave that there.
Just in one comment. No problem.
I say that again. The voice of Duolingo was talking at the same time in my ear.
Oh, one thing I've learned about Esperanto is you'll never ever see two nouns together like that, and
Yep.
that's an obvious hint that the sentence is not grammatically correct in
Yep.
Esperanto.
And once again, this is manjigi and not manji. La knabo manjigis la hundon. The boy fed the dog. All right, let's do another one. Ni forigis eraron. Ni forigis eraron.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Okay, well, ni is we. That's
Yep.
easy enough. And forigis, so that's past tense. And for means away, and to cause to go away. The only thing that makes any sense there would be removed.
Yep.
And erraron is an error, so he removed an error. Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Oh, this one is a listening exercise. So let me see if I can repeat it. Ĉu vi memorigis lin pri la laboro? Ĉu vi memorigis lin pri la laboro?
Okay.
You want the first word?
Ĉu.
Second.
Vi.
Ĉu vi memorigis lin pri la laboro?
Memorigis, so lin pri laboro and
pri la laboro. All right, let's see.
And translates to,
did you remind him about the work? Ĉu vi memorigis lin pri la laboro? So memori means to remember. Memorigi means to remind. Kial Sophia igis lin kolera? Right, and I think this is sort of what you were asking about before. Kial, you know what? This is actually kind of interesting because I remember a discussion about this sentence. It's kind of a funny sentence when you think about why did Sophia make him angry? So the question is, what does that mean? And I think the problem ultimately is this is a sentence that's removed from context, so it's difficult to really answer what it means. Like what was her motivation for making him angry, or what did she do to make him angry?
Oh, I see.
I think it's that's part of the problem. I think with some of the sentences is that you got to come up with sentences to illustrate words as rather than to explain a real situation. What did I say? Why did Sophia make him angry? Why did Sophia make him angry? Oh yeah, la programisto. Why don't you tell me what you think this is?
La programisto forigos la dosieron. Okay, so I don't know what dosieron means, but I know what it means now. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say process of elimination.
Dossier or dossier.
Yeah.
Programmer.
Yeah.
Forigos, and here we are with remove.
It's future tense, so will.
Remove. Yeah.
Yep.
The file.
Yep. Yeah. So for means away, and so forigi means to cause to be away.
Does that translate? So in English, we use file to mean a bunch of different things. Does a dosieron or dosiero do the same thing?
Yeah, I would expect this to be either a computer file. Well, obviously, since it's a programmer. But yeah, without that context, and I would expect it to be either a computer file or like a paper file on a certain subject.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah. The original meaning was like a paper file.
Yeah.
So, which is why a folder in programming is a dosierullo.
Oh.
Place where you stash your dossiers.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. So let's take another look at the forum just to see if we can find another. All right. So we answered this question. This was the one. Why is there chew on there? So I can close that window. We don't have to come back to that one. Yeah, my device here sometimes makes me refresh these screens. Oh, here's the question. Oh, yeah. Well, this one's, yeah, I don't think we can reproduce this one on the call. The question is, Kial mi donujin instead of Kial ne donujin. He said, does anyone have a hard time hearing the difference between ni and me a few times in the exercise? I'm just going to say yes. A lot of people do, especially on a computer generated question here. All right, so this one here at the bottom, there's a question that says, why is nia tagmanĝas estas sen viando, ĝi estas vegetara wrong?
Okay.
When does one use tagmanĝas versus tagmanĝo? All right, so let's take a look at the original sentence to see what the question was. Our lunch is without meat, it is vegetarian. Nia tagmanĝo estas sen viando, ĝi estas vegetara. Nia tagmanĝo estas sen vianda. So the question is, why can't he say tagmanĝas for breakfast?
It's a verb. You can't have an adjective on a verb like that.
Yeah. So tagman, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna say verbs and in I as is os u or us, nouns and in o or oi, oin, oi. It has to be a noun here. So there's a noun here. One thing is, I'm not always sure that people are getting notified that their questions are being answered, but hopefully that will answer the question. And if not, hopefully Yams the man will Yams the ma'am. Yams the man. Just crazy names out there. All right.
I love it.
Crazy names out there spoken by Salivanto. Do you know what Salivanto means?
I want to say salivator.
Exactly. Yeah. One who drools.
Why did you choose that name?
Oh, this goes back to when I was learning Esperanto. There's a guy in my town, and we were making plans to meet up for dinner, practice some Esperanto, and we were going to go to the Indian restaurant. We were thinking about all the different kind of food that we had, and we were really looking forward to it. So he booked a table for us, and when they wanted to know the name of the party, he said Salivanto. And I thought, oh, I love that. That sounds like a real last name. And so for a little while, it was kind of an inside joke, and then anyway, somehow that became my online name. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to crank through a few of these, because I want to get to the end of this. Oh yeah, so this is the same one. Can you enlarge my clothes? Which I find hysterical. Can you enlarge my clothes? Doing it this way, I understand why I see so many comments. In fact, I'm surprised nobody's commented on this one. But so many comments saying, "What's wrong with the English? Who dropped an apple? Kiu faligis pomon sur la teron? Kiu faligis pomon sur la teron? Who dropped an apple onto the floor, onto the ground?" There we go. Forigu ĉion, remove everything. Oh, this is the same one. Li volas this is a type what you hear. Li volas kreskigi plantojn en la ĝardeno. Li volas kreskigi plantojn en la ĝardeno, en la ĝardeno. And I'm going to, please remind me, memorigi, we talked about that already. Ni kreskigas niajn infanojn en Aŭstralio. We caused our children to grow in Australia. Bonvolu memorigi min, please remind me. Bonvolu memorigi min. And ni kreskigis niajn infanojn en Aŭstralio. We raised our children in Australia. Oh, and we raised our children in Australia. All right. All right, that lesson is complete. And I can get Duolingo Plus. It's a side note, because I'm a host on there, it doesn't. I don't normally see ads. The only ad that I see is I get reminders that I can do Duolingo Plus.
Mm.
But it's funny. I was setting up for the call and I saw some ads on there, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, I got ads! What's going on?" And I just refreshed the screen. It went away. So I'm gonna let's see here. Just go over a few bits of news that I made a note of. I'm this week I did a live stream for German on Monday. I'm looking to do that again this coming Monday. I'm taking a break from doing the Spanish until I can find a host. Criso, you're doing a good job, so I'm glad to have you on the call. Looking for somebody to help me doing that with Spanish. Oh yeah, I was going to say if this is too long or too slow or whatever. Now I think another thing is people might want to bring up their Duolingo at the same time, or I think at this point, if somebody thinks it's too slow, they will have already dropped off, especially if they're watching the replay. We have new videos every Thursday, and I got a package in the mail. And so that's my mystery package. I'm going to open it up and talk about whatever's on the inside. So that's going to be the video for tomorrow. It's actually, I'll give you a hint, it's a textbook, and it's in English, so the review is going to be in English, although I have an opening recorded in Esperanto. The other thing I wanted to mention to the other people who are hanging out on the call, I did some videos on Ask Me Anything. And I recorded the Ask Me Anything for the patrons. Actually, it reminds me, I was gonna show you the inside of my Patreon page while we're on the call here. Some of this I need to update. I wrote this well over a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago. But I did the Ask Me Anything, and I have the answers to that. My responses to the various questions that people asked. Out on Patreon, if people are interested in be supporting the channel, and it's just something extra that I do for patrons. And I'm looking for more questions, so either in a comment to this either in a comment to this video that we're watching here, or maybe after the live stream, or just anywhere you want to get me some questions. As soon as I get some more questions, I can record another Ask Me Anything. Yeah, so this is what the inside of the Patreon page looks like. One other thing I wanted to mention while people are here, this Prin Tempo Venu video, Venu al Per. I'm going to be in North Carolina at the end of April for an Esperanto weekend. And somebody had commented on one of the places where this was shared around online, wanted to know if I would ever go to Las Vegas. And the answer is absolutely yes. So the question is, how am I going to get there? But if anybody was interested in helping to organize an Esperanto event in their area, that could be potentially very interesting. So for this Printempa Esperanto Rencontillo, I've been hired there as a teacher and I forget what else, presenter. Yeah, so hopefully we can get some people talking with each other and that sort of thing. Yeah, so so if you guys go out to YouTube and find this Demando Ion Ein and leave a comment there or any question that you'd like me to answer. I got some pretty silly questions like, do you like your facial hair? And will you these sorts of things. All right. Let me take a look at this chat. I have actually not been thinking about it much since I know Criso has been looking at it. Just Esperanto, estas bone revidi vin. We talked about tiu and tio. Oh, en utopio. Hope this isn't an inappropriate place for this question. I'm searching for Thomas Alexander for an Esperanto translate. Yes, you may certainly contact me. I'm on Facebook and where else am I? Yahoo Mail and Twitter as Salivanto. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I can't remember whether I'm Salivanto. I don't think Twitter, but yeah, Salivanto. If you can find me, that would be good. en utopio. All right, they have tips on the app too. CJ, I'm actually curious because my understanding is that it's on Android and not Apple or vice versa. I don't remember enough, and that doesn't sort of stick in my head. But anyway, email would be great. Yeah, so Salivanto, and then that would be at yahoo.com. Yeah, all right. Well, we've got about 15 minutes. Chris, mi ni denove mi havas demandon por vi. Ĉu vi ankoraŭ uzas Duolingon regule?
Yes.
Bone. Do kion vi faras? Kiun lecionon vi faras nun?
Mi forgesas.
Bone, do. Tute en ordo.
Nun mi lernas multaj lingvojn. Mi parolas la franca, mi lernas nun la hispana, la hinda.
Yes, la hindan aŭ la baratan. Efektive, pardono, ĝi certe estas la hinda.
Kaj ankaŭ mi provas lerni farsa.
Eble la persa.
Okay.
Vi lernas la persan.
Oh, yes. Ankaŭ mi scias la lingvon de I don't know how to say it in Esperanto, but American Sign Language.
Yes, usona gestolingvo.
Okay.
De facto, mi scivolas pri la persa lingvo. Kiel vi lernas ĝin kaj kial vi elektis la persan?
Ĉar mi atendas language exchange. Kaj ĉe la language exchange estas multaj homoj kiu parolas persa. Do mi ŝatas la lingvon kaj mi pensas ke eble mi povas lerni la lingvon.
Kiam vi faras tion interŝanĝon? Ĉu vi faras tion en la reto aŭ ĉu vi vidas tiujn personojn persone? Vidaŭvide?
Persone. En persone. Persone.
Bone.
Yes. Ĉe la kiu estas la vorto ankaŭ por language exchange?
Lingvo interŝanĝo.
Lingva interŝanĝo. Ĉe la lingva interŝanĝo estas eble 3-4 lingvoj. Iomete no, sometimes.
Do ĉu estas klubo? Ĉu estas klubo ekzemple en via urbo kiu organizas tion aŭ kiel tio okazas?
Yes. Mi ankaŭ kiu estas la verbo ankaŭ organize?
Organizas.
Mi kaj du aliajn homojn organizas la klubo.
Tio estas via afero. Do vi kaj viaj kunlaborantoj elpensis tiun ideon kaj...
Yes.
Bone.
Yes. Do en Menzaro eĉ ĵaŭdo ni havas nian lingva interŝanĝo.
Nu bone, do bonan ŝancon pri tio. Do mi efektive mi volas lerni la kroatan efektive. Sed antaŭ ol mi lernos la kroatan, mi volas fini mian celon pri la hispana kaj ankaŭ pri la germana. Mi volas ricevi atestilon scherzo unu por pri la germana, do mi devas iomete plibonigi kaj refreshigi mian germanan. Sed yes, iam mi ŝatus reveni al la kroata. Kaj tiu verŝajne estos la plej ezotika lingvo kiun mi lernos en la venontaj jaroj.
Kiom da lingvoj ke vi scias?
Do efektive, do mi parolas Esperanton, la anglan kaj la germanan. Kaj mi paroletas multajn lingvojn. Do dek pliajn lingvojn, mi supozas. Mi paroletas aŭ balbutas en povas diri kelkajn frazojn en dek lingvoj. Bone, do ni faru iom pli da Esperanto kaj yes, do tiuj kiuj estas en la babileo, ĉu vi havas komentojn pri io ajn, kiun vi faras nun por lerni Esperanton? Ĉu estas apartaj petoj? I'm going to just put out another call to the chat. I'm not sure. It says we have. This is interesting because 16 watching. All right, so I was doing my German stream the other day, and I got so into paying attention to either who was commenting or what I was working on at the time, I forgot to look to see how many people were actually watching live. And I've been waiting for the statistics to. Oh, by the way, waiting for the statistics to come back around, so I could see. And it takes a couple days for that. But anyway, so I'm just curious how many people actually watch this live. Thanks for the 2 thumbs up, guys. Appreciate that. All right. Please check spam folder. Yeah. Mia edzino ĵus pretigis la vespermanĝon, do ĝis revido holi. Kiom da krokodiloj? Yes, efektive, do pardonu, sed eble mi malbone reagas al tio, sed mi efektive ricevis riproĉon per ĉe unu el miaj filmetoj, ĉar mi faris filmeton en la angla, kaj do iu riproĉis min por prezenti en la angla, sed efektive tiu ĉi estas angla leciono, ĉu ne? Do estas lingvo por angla lernantoj, kaj ni vere ne scias kiu spektas, ĉu tiu persono estas A1, ĉu ne? Ĉar ni faras bazajn frazojn. Do tiel estas. Do mi ne scias ĉu tio estas ŝerco aŭ ne estas ŝerco, sed mi vere bone toleras tian riproĉon. Bone. Jen mia penso pri tio, pardono. All right, so let's do another set of exercises here. Oh, we got just a few minutes here, so we can crank it. I'm just going to pick one. All right. Oh, let's pick a new one. So I'm going to do shopping. All right, Chris. Let's do a lightning round here. As quick as you can. As quick as you can. Shout out the answer, and I will tap it in.
Okay.
Let's see how fast we can do this. Jump to level 1, and I'll get all the XP, and you won't get any. All right. Write this in English. Mi nepre aĉetu tiun ruĝan lanon.
I absolutely.
Yep.
Buy that. Oh no, I should. Oh,
It's actually should buy. Aĉetu in the sense it's should buy because there's pressure to buy it.
That red wool.
That red wool. Mi nepre aĉetu tiun ruĝan lanon. Yep. He bought several pairs of warm pants. Choice 1, 2, or 3.
3.
Li aĉetis, yes, 3. The way I do these is I always look at the last word first, and my eyes go there faster. And so pants, pantalonojn. Li aĉetis plurajn varmajn pantalonojn. He bought several pairs of warm pants, or several warm pairs of pants, depending on which way you want to look at it. All right. Next one. What do you think about this? Go to the right to that store to look at jewelry.
Number 2.
2. Go ahead and read it.
Iru dexteren ad tiu vendeo deo por rigardi juvelojn.
Yeah, tre bone. Iru dexteren al tiu vendeo por rigardi juvelojn. All right, next one. En tiu butigo la ringoj estas tre multekostaj. What do you think?
In this, or in that store, the rings are very expensive.
Yep. Do I have this right? In that store, the rings are very expensive. En tiu butico la ringoj estas tre multekostaj.
In that store, or in that store. Oh no, what's
Let me read the sentence because the voice read it for us. It said, "En tiu butico telero costas $11." En tiu butico telero costas $11. In that store,
a plate,
yeah,
costs $11.
Yep. In that store, a plate costs $11. Sophia akiris multekostan bildon kontraŭ 500 euroj.
Sophia where is
akiris.
It? Acquired.
Yep.
An expensive picture.
Yep.
Contra for less than 500 euros.
Yeah, it's actually it's a little trickier. Contra literally means against, but you can acquire something against. We use contra where we would use for in English. So literally, she acquired an expensive picture against 50 euros, but then idiomatically we would say for 50 euros. For.
Okay, that's new to me. I've never seen that before.
Yep. Where's my for? For. Queen cent 500. There we go. That's what I get for not paying attention. Euros. En tiu vendeo la manĝaĵoj estas malmultekostaj.
In that store, foods, the foods are cheap.
Yeah, malmultekostaj, cheap. All right. Pluraj reguloj klaras.
Several rules are clear.
Yep. Mi decidis aĉeti malmultekostan monujon.
I decided to buy a cheap wallet.
Yeah, I decided to buy a cheap wallet. Mi decidis akiri malmultekostan monujon. All right, let's all right.
Let's read it out, or
Kion? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, kion panjo decidis aĉeti en la butiko?
What panjo?
It's past tense. So what did?
Oh yes, what did?
Yeah.
Panjo. Oh, mom. Oh my. Yes, mom. What did mom decide to buy in the store?
Yeah, to buy in the store. Tio estas lia opinio.
That is his opinion.
Yep. This sort of ties back to the first thing we talked about. Tio estas. Adamo portas brunan ĉapon kaj nigran jakon.
Adam is wearing a brown hat or cap.
Yeah, cap.
And a black jacket.
Yeah. Brunan ĉapon kaj nigran jakon. Laŭ ilia peto, ni iras preter la restoracioj.
According, but I guess her though, I guess it would have to be per their request.
Yeah.
We are going to the restaurant, or
actually it's but preter is kind of past, I guess. Past or beyond? Past the
Preter.
restaurants. Preter.
That doesn't look like Esperanto to me.
Per their request, we are going past the restaurants. Lau ilia peto ni iras preter la restauracioj.
Preter?
Yeah.
Is that an Esperanto word?
Yep.
Is there something? I've never seen an Esperanto word end in R like that.
Yeah. It's a preposition.
Oh, okay. I've never used that one.
Yep, and I think you're most likely to hear it in the word preterpassi.
Okay.
Preterpassi is to pass something, pass by something.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm not sure we're going to be able to make it through. Well, let's see. I tell you what. Let's live on the edge here. I'm gonna get a couple wrong on purpose. 1, 2. All right, and all right. Can we do this one? Kies sandviĉo estas la plej multekosta?
Whose sandwich is the most expensive?
Yeah. Kiom da lano mi devas aĉeti por triki ĉapelon? That's a good long sentence.
Kiom? How much?
Yep.
Yarn?
Yarn, yep. Yarn or wool, but yeah, in this context, yarn. Mm-hmm.
Do I need to buy for triki?
Need to buy
for or to I don't know what triki means.
Well, yeah, I was going to say process of elimination context.
To knit a hat.
Yeah, triki is a good word to know. I'm going to do this one. Ili ne volas pagi. They don't want to pay. They do not want to pay. And I'll let you have the honor of doing the last one. Juvy uzas akran tranĉilon por kuiri.
Do you use akran a sharp
Yep.
knife or to cook?
Yep. Do you use a sharp knife to cook? Juvy uzas akran tranĉilon por kuiri. All right. All right. Well, this is the end. I think if we want to do an hour, we're out of time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Those of you watching on the replay, congratulations that you made it to the end. En esa tienda, un plato cuesta $11. Oh, yeah. We're going to do that again. Going to do that again in another week or two, maybe. Yes, to Fede. Fede, I'm curious if that's your name, your given name, or whether that's a screen name and what language that's in. But anyway, we are out of time, so thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for that third like, whoever gave that. So thank you very much, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Or hope you guys can come around tomorrow and watch the video that I have on the book review. And yeah, hope to see you again next week. Bone, Kriso, dankon por partopreni la vivan elsendon. Mi pensas ke tio estas sukcesa, do mi vere estis agrable ekkoni vin iomete.
Dankon al vi.
Kaj yes, do ni restu en kontakto kaj mi serĉos gaston por la venontaj aferoj, por la venontaj elsendoj. Do karaj spektantoj, mi petas ke se tio interesus vin, ke vi venu kaj partopreni same. Do Kriso kaj liaj, do ĝis revido.
Ĝis.
Ĝis.